I was just looking at the things on the back of the Yeti. I'm using this one right now, and I don't know if it sounds good. My headphones are on my bed, and I'm too lazy to walk 4 steps to go get it, so I'm just gonna hope for the best. Hello everyone, welcome back to the cabin. My name is Mo, and today I'm going to be critiquing your comics nicely. I made this submission form forever ago, and I never got around to doing it. I forgot it existed, but I'm gonna do it now because I don't have a reason. I'm just gonna do it. You can find the link to this forum in my Instagram story highlights. There should be one called submissions. If you want to submit anything else, you can. All of these people will be linked in the description, by the way. All of their links that they wanted me to advertise, they will all be in the description. So if you want to check any of these artists out, you can find them there. So now that we have all that out of the way, let's get into the first submission. So first we have Soda or ZEPHYR. I'm gonna use ZEPHYR because that's cool as hell. Pronouns it, they, he, or she. It said, a little heads up, I haven't drawn any further, but I'm working on the story. It's inspired by Generation Lost made by Ranbu. Although it hasn't been released yet, the fandom collectively made sonas based on it, so my sona is the character with split dyed hair, and I thought it would be cool to make a comic. The premise is that the masked character is non-human. Every now and again, it takes interest in a person and becomes incredibly attached. The next person that it takes interest in is Ranbu. After they properly become friends is when other entities start appearing and causing trouble for Ranbu and his other friends. Okay, that was really difficult for me to read. I already have the comic pulled up here. So this is Soda Poppy Live. First of all, I love the art style, but as usual with these videos that are based on writing, I'm not going to be commenting on the art style at all. This is going to be purely about comic format and writing and if I understand what's going on. So first we have Ranbu saying, "Why were you following me all day?" Okay, right off the bat, one little thing, I can't really read this. I see that the text varies in size and it's very small. I cannot read what this says. So it might be a good idea to experiment a little bit with the text size and see which one works better for you, which one's easiest to see. It can be disorienting for people when the text size is changing a lot. So it's just all about keeping consistency. I know I said I wasn't gonna comment on it, but the art style is very consistent. The characters look the same, so that's very good. Just the text, it would be best to have it a little bigger, especially if it's in Instagram and Instagram has weird cropping and it takes away some of the quality of the photo. So things like this, even if you zoom in, people might not be able to actually read what it says because of the quality drop due to Instagram's stupid ass posting. So that's my first comment. The placement of the speech bubbles is good. I like it. This one could probably be moved over a little bit so it's not really blocking into Ranbu. This one too, you could bring it down and maybe have it closer to here. It's not blocking the face, but it's intruding on that area, just that kind of thing. Okay, so this is a good example actually. This is a good example of hitting the ground running when it comes to storytelling. So this is the first page of this comic, by the way. And the first panel is Ranbu and this character, and Ranbu is saying, "Why have you been following me around all day?" This might be a little confusing to readers because we haven't seen that happen. This is kind of a case of show, don't tell. So obviously we know that this character has been following him around all day because he says it, but it would be more effective if you actually showed that happening throughout the day. Maybe just, you know, maybe he's like in the library and he notices this person looking at him through the books, or, you know, following him down the road. Maybe show Ranbu getting like kind of nervous because, hello, this person is following him. Why is that happening? Also establishing a place. We don't know where they are right now. We can tell it's kind of like a street, but you don't know where in the world this is. You don't know what time of day it is. You know, you can assume from the clothes and stuff that it's probably autumn or something. It's just a lot that we don't know. There is a lot of context here, but there is also a lot that you don't know. Having a page before this with panels showing this happening and then maybe Ranbu getting up the courage to actually approach this person. Again, show, don't tell, that kind of thing. So yeah, first one done. That looks really good. I'm excited to see more. I hope you continue it. I like your art style a lot. Keep commenting on that even though I said I wasn't gonna comment on it, but it's a good art style, okay? It's a good art style. Next up, we have MERAKI or MERAKI. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm really sorry if I don't pronounce that right, but we go. Pronouns are she, they. When good meets the bad, chaos is bound to ensue. After the war between dreams and nightmares, a group of 3 was born to defend the world of dreams from the world of nightmares. As they fought for their people, they became known as the Nightmare Hunters. As the years went on, they weakened and begged others to join them and defend their land. However, no one came to their aid and they were left with only one choice: ask a human to help them. Will this human enter the world of nightmares and its terrors, nightmares, or will they prove to be just as weak and fail to save their land? Okay, cool. Some of this could probably be worded a little better. This first sentence here is a bit repetitive. Hey, editing Mo here. Here's a little thing I drafted. After the Great Sleep War, a group of 3 was born to defend the world of dreams from the opposing side of the nightmares. As time flew by, the nightmare hunters were brought to their knees, and despite saving the lives of thousands, no one responded to their call for help. With no other options, the nightmare hunters were forced to call on a human for help. But will this human answer their call? It's still a little bit repetitive, but it's something. All of that is just nitpicking. This sounds like a good concept and maybe hint towards in the synopsis as to why a human is their only option. Let's take a look. Okay. Prologue, Strange Places, pages 1 to 12. Okay, we have a character waking up. She's laying on the ground. Okay, I like this. I like this so far. Ooh, I like the thing in the front here. What is this place? Okay, I'm assuming that's her thinking because there isn't a speech bubble coming out from her face here. Asking hello, is anyone there? She notices a piece of paper. For those who are strong, for those who are brave, your journey will be long. Hurry and... Oh. Whoa, it's a poem, it's a poem! For those who are strong, for those who are brave, your journey will be long. Hurry and don't cave. You're here for I'm assuming that says reason. You're here for a reason you yet know. You're bright as a season. Let that season grow. The world depends on you, chosen one. Let's not wait. Now show off your wonderful hue. This will be your forever fate. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that she doesn't actually have a choice. In your synopsis, they said they have to ask a human to help them, but in this scenario, it looks like this human is just being forced to join and not really given a choice, which directly goes against your synopsis, so that's something to look into. I do like the poem. The one thing I will note, though, is that it is a little hard to read with the finger, and, you know, the perspective of it can be a little disorienting. So maybe before she picks it up, or maybe she doesn't pick it up, maybe she just leans down and reads it off of the ground, and there's just a panel with the paper on the ground so that it's easier for people to read. She says, what does this even mean? Huh? Some kind of a glow. Oh, I really like the trees here. That's really pretty. I keep commenting on the art. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing, but it looks really pretty. That's really well done. Is that her eyes like filling with something? Oh, it was a nightmare. Okay. All right, let's go back to the top and take a look. All of this is really good. I think it's really well paced. You can clearly understand what's going on here. She's waking up, turning around, sitting up, and stuff like that. So the fact that this is a dream, you could play with that a lot, because at first it wasn't apparent that it was a dream at all. I was very convinced that this was actually happening. However, because it's a dream, you get to do a lot of cool stuff. When the topic of dreams come into play, they are not very solid. You know, dreams are fucking weird. They are all over the place. They are very strange. So you can have a lot of fun experimenting with the world and the visuals and her reaction to everything that's going on, because, you know, dreams are weird. They are very weird, and they can sometimes be very scary. I'm not sure how you would do that. I'm just gonna comment on what I would do in this scenario, which is the show don't tell rule. If you've seen my videos talking about my comics, you know that I don't particularly like internal dialogue, because you can show the thoughts of that internal dialogue on the characters' faces, or you can just have the characters say them outright. She looks very confused. Maybe you can have a panel of her just going like, what? Like, or like, what the? Like, and looking around, looking very confused. I like the panels of her standing up, because now we know that she's on her feet. Calling out, hello, is anyone there? That's pretty good as well. I mean, if you're alone in the woods at night, like, I mean, if this was me, I'd be too scared to speak, because I don't like the woods and I don't like the dark, so I would be too scared. But I think this is good. This is, you know, establishing the fact that she is alone and she doesn't know why she's alone, and she wants help. And then the note thing, I already talked about this. What does this even mean? Again, you can just do like a what? The only thing I'm confused about is this. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a reflection from the sky, or if this purple stuff is supposed to be like her eyes filling up with some kind of magic or something. This confuses me a little bit. The sitting up in bed. I would have a panel of her actually waking up first, because you know how in movies when people have nightmares, they like rocket out of bed and they're like, oh my god, I can't, what was that? Like, that doesn't actually happen, you know? Considering she lays back down at the end, maybe you don't need to have her sit up at all. But yeah, this looks really good. I like where you're going with it, and I hope you continue it. RHYS. They, them, RHYS board on Insta. I follow you, you're cool. Their synopsis is, it was this really old concept of a self-insert OC and some of my homies going to this resort and some mysterious stuff happening behind the scenes. Heavily based off of AFMA's Starlight series. I wrote, in quotes, it back when I was pretty young, so it's definitely not the best. It also does show off my dead name, so if possible, could you blur out the name and their dead name? Of course, I will absolutely blur out that name. Let's take a look. Ooh, okay. All right. I like this. I like that we have a setting. Gives us a time, a place. So that's nice. And then we have an establishing shot. Oh, I love it so far. Okay. They're talking. Hey guys, thanks for coming on such short notice. To be continued. It is very cute. My only complaint is that it doesn't give us much. When it comes to the prologue of a comic or a story in general, you want to give enough context so that it grabs the viewer and like grabs their attention and makes them want to continue. Because right here, the only thing we know is that this person is thanking their friends for coming on such short notice, and that is literally all. So in the future, I would give more context. Why is it such short notice? Is it important? Is it, you know, what are they doing? They all look very happy, so clearly nothing bad is going on. Just give us a little more context, a little more sustenance to grab onto. I love the fact that there is an establishing shot in a information panel. I like that a lot. So why did you call us here again? It sounded like you were super stalked. I'm assuming that's meant to say stoked. Okay, so you know how my dad treats me, Ellie and my friends like gods, but Nathan like shit. Well, my dad just got us free tickets to Mermaid Bay. Okay, some spelling errors, but you know, you did say you wrote this when you were very young. Ooh, really? Looks like we're gonna have a whale of a good time. Misaki, no, please no puns on this trip. We honestly don't need puns on vacation. This person's a Debbie Downer. Okay, so I like this because we get some insight into their personalities. This guy is the one who's initiating the conversation, which means he is maybe some kind of a leader type. This person got free tickets, so I assume this person is like the rich friend who has like the rich dad who gets you stuff and is like daddy's little princess kind of thing. So that's the vibe I'm getting from this person. This person gives me the vibe that they're the funny one. They like making jokes. They're, you know, they're just here for a good time. And this person gives me the vibe of like they're trying way too hard to be serious about everything. So this is good because we have insight into their personalities. This is good. Ooh, okay. The group soon arrived at the resort. They all got settled. Okay, so this is another classic example of show don't tell. You know, the reason people read comics is because there are visual aspects to them. They are a visual novel. This is the kind of thing that you'd just find in a novel, but this is a graphic novel, so there is a graphic element to it. You could probably make a good 4 or 5 pages out of this. You could have a whole scene happening at the airport. You could have a scene in the private jet. You should explain why this person's dad is very important. You know, have a scene of them arriving at the resort and getting super excited and getting settled. That could give you like a good 3 or 4 chapters worth of pages. So when it comes to details like this, don't feel like you have to rush it. Like, take your time with it. Luna, why are you being so quiet? It's unlike you. Oh, I'm struggling to read this. Brayden. A little nitpicky, but I like to have my speech bubbles be white on black or black on white. This makes it very difficult to read, especially for me. Brayden was telling me that he feels like this place is off for some reason. Okay, again, show don't tell. You can have a scene of Luna and Brayden talking at the side being like, oh, what's wrong? And Brayden's like, I don't know, I just have this weird feeling. This could be a scene. It doesn't have to be a character telling another character, you know? Well, looks like Damien managed to have a child and they're here. That scarlet amulet is mine. I'm assuming this is an evil guy. Where is he? Is he in the background? Who is he? Why is he? Who's Damien? Who's the child? Like, these kind of things are things that you should show in previous pages before you get to this point so that the audience isn't confused. Okay, we've looked through 3 comics already. I was gonna do more, but I've already reached 30 minutes and I have to go out soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please let me know. If you want to submit a comic for me to critique, the link will be in the description, along with all of the links to everybody who actually was in this episode. If you want another episode of this, let me know. You can find all of my links on screen as well as in the description. I'm very active on Instagram, and most of the time for things like character designs, I will post that stuff on Instagram way before it ever hits YouTube. So if you're interested in early access content and, you know, things like extra concept art that you don't see in the character design videos, head over to my Instagram and you can find all that there. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one. You keep my life bright, my lights. Bye!